Good morning. Welcome to 3 Minute Manna. It is good to see you today. It is the Gospels Wednesday where we look at some of the other parties who the Lord encountered during His ministry. Today we're going to look at 4 or 5 different parties. We're going to talk about who the Lord healed, why He healed them, and what they did because He healed them. The first one I want to look at is in Luke chapter 17. It's the account of the Lord healing those 10 lepers. The Lord heals those 10 men, but then at verse 15 it says, "And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned and with a loud voice glorified God, and he came and he fell down at the Lord's feet, giving thanks unto Him." You know, that is one reason that we gather together on the Lord's Day. You know, sometimes folks just look at Sunday as the day, it's all about what they get out of it. We gather together with our brethren to glorify God and to give thanks unto Him for Him healing us. We do not forget where we have come from. We give thanks, glorifying God. Right? That's what this one man did differently than those other 9. He gave thanks and he returned and he glorified God and he fell down at the Lord's feet giving thanks unto Him. A wonderful example. The second party I wanted to mention is Peter's mother-in-law in Matthew chapter 8. In Matthew chapter 8, the Lord healed Peter's mother-in-law, and it says that after He touched her and He healed her, that she arose and she served them. We have been healed for a reason. Remember what Jesus said, "Inasmuch as you have done it to one of the least of these, you have done it to me." That is why we esteem others better than ourselves. We look out not only for our own interests, but also the interests of others, all of those different verses. We have been healed for a reason. We serve one another. That's the second party I wanted to mention. The third one is the demon-possessed man in Luke chapter 8. Those demons that are called Legion. As that account comes to a close, that man begs the Lord that he can go with him. But as that account comes to a conclusion in Luke chapter 8 at verse 39, the Lord actually sends him away and says, "Return to your own house and tell what great things God has done for you." We have been healed. For another reason that we have been healed is so that we can share with others what the Lord has done for us. Right? We've been healed, and that's why we glorify God. That's why we serve one another. That is why we share Jesus with others. This man was effectively told, go back home, to look at the other parallel accounts. The fourth person I wanted to mention is actually blind Bartimaeus in Mark chapter 10. In Mark chapter 10, you had that blind beggar who was crying out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy upon me." But then at verse 52, it says, "Then Jesus said to him, Go your way, your faith has made you well." Immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus on the road. Jesus says, go your way. And blind Bartimaeus, who was blind no more, followed the Lord. What's the moral of the story? Jesus' way is my way. Wherever Jesus is going, that's the way I'm going to go. That is why we are called Christians. And you think about what blind Bartimaeus would see. Because the very next verse is the entry into Jerusalem. He saw Jesus. As he followed Him, he saw Jesus. We're just days from the cross. And you think about the things he saw. He saw Him coming into Jerusalem. He saw Him cleansing the temple. He saw Him going to the cross. He was a witness of the empty tomb. All of these that we've talked about, they were walking, talking testimonies about Jesus. And that is why the Lord has healed us. Hope you enjoyed this study. God bless you. Be a blessing to others. Hope to see you tomorrow morning.